An 11-year-old girl suddenly goes missing and finds herself in the hands of demons, spirits, and ghosts. These creatures asked her to be their goddess of wisdom, who would play as an arbiter of peace and keep the borders of the human spirit worlds apart. They wanted a Kotoko. The 11-year-old missing girl accepted their offer as she sacrificed her leg and eye and became the goddess of these creatures. The now 17-year-old girl, Kotoko, finds herself on her way back to the young man who she fell in love at first sight with years ago named Kuro. Kotoko saved Kuro from falling and hitting his head in the hospital, and as a way to return her favor, she asks him to remember her for life. However, Kuro did not remember her, and so she introduced herself once again. Kotoko told Kuro that she knew about him breaking up with his girlfriend. Kuro went into detail about how they broke up and told her that she left him because they saw a monster and he left his girlfriend all alone. However, Kotoko saw through this lie in an instant and immediately figured out Kuro's secret. The monster actually ran from Kuro because he is a terrifying creature everyone in the spirit world is scared of. His girlfriend got wind of this fact and left him. After getting to know each other, the two went on their first mission together. The library's barrier had been broken by a violent monster, to which Kotoko responded instantly and invited Kuro to go with her. Kotoko did not do any damage to the raging monster, so Kuro was forced to show his ability. He let his arm be bitten by the monster, and the monster struggled to death shortly. Kuro's blood is poison to these creatures, and his body heals on its own. This is due to the fact that he ate two spirit creatures' flesh when he was 11. Another mission awaits Kotoko, as she was invited by a guardian spirit of the mountains and water, which is a giant serpent in a neighboring prefecture, to investigate a crime there. She invites Kuro to come with her, but he immediately refuses her offer. Going there alone, Kotoko talks with the giant serpent about a dead body of a man who was found in the serpent's swamp. Aoi, the suspected murderer of the man, confesses that she actually did throw the body in the swamp, but police still gather information because some things are amiss regarding Aoi's confession. Aoi confessed that she killed and threw the body in the hopes that the rumored man-eating serpent would eat it. However, Kotoko makes a deduction that Aoi did not actually kill him. The younger brother of Aoi's boyfriend who died was workmates with the dead man, and the younger brother killed him for setting up and killing his older brother. However, Aoi wanted to protect his ex-girlfriend's younger brother, so she claimed that she killed him and threw him in the swamp along with a knife used. Based on Kotoko's deduction, Aoi just wanted to find something she threw in the swamp long ago. That's why she told the police that the knife was in the swamp, so the police would search for it along with the thing Aoi wanted to find. Aoi is actually full of regrets for thinking that her ex-boyfriend committed a double suicide with the woman he cheated on, when in fact he was set up and killed with the woman. Aoi was pregnant at the time, and when she miscarried, she threw the baby away, believing it was the result of her cheating boyfriend. Now that her boyfriend is proven innocent, Aoi wants to find the fetus in the swamp and give it a proper burial. Aoi did all of these to find something she regretted throwing in the swamp. Another crime soon waits for Kotoko to investigate, as a college student in his car fell off the guardrail when she saw Steel Lady Nanez coming up on the road suddenly. Nanez Karin was an idol who died after a large steel beam from a nearby construction site fell on her. Rumors had it that Nanez was hiding due to speculations about her killing her own father, which had spread when a steel beam fell on her head near her condominium. While on her way home, Saki, Kuro's ex-girlfriend who is now a policewoman, meets Kotoko as she fights with Nanez. Saki tried to fight Nanez on her own, but her hands just went through her body like a ghost. Kotoko lands a few hits on her before she finally runs away. Kotoko thinks something is wrong with Steel Lady Nanez, as she does not fit any of the possible spiritual creatures she knows. As Kotoko meets up with Saki to solve the mystery behind Steel Lady Nanez, they find Kuro fighting alone with Nanez. They watched as Nanez smashed Kuro's head into pulp, and still it grew back like nothing happened. Back in the days, Sakuragawa's head organized an experiment to gain the ability to predict the future by eating kuden, a cow with a human head. However, everyone who eats this dies, so in order to battle this side effect, Sakuragawa's head combined the kuden and mermaid's flesh, which gives the eater immortality. Kuro was one of the successful experiments of the Sakuragawa family, and is the only one who did not suffer from weird illnesses and died just like how his family members did upon eating kuden and mermaid's flesh. Kuro, Saki, and Kotoko teamed up to discuss the origin of Steel Lady Nanez, and how she is not a normal spirit monster, but is actually a product of society's imagination. Everyone in society who has heard about the death of Nanez Karin manifested the monster she looked like right now. Their wild desires and manifestations have spread all over the internet, and even illustrations of what she would look like were spread, and as they deduced, that is the origin of the Steel Lady Nanez. The website that contained Steel Lady Nanez was not made after her, but was the one that made her. Due to this deduction, Kotoko plans to refute all the rumors and fiction that will contradict society's desire for Steel Lady Nenes. She plans to mix the logical truth with rational fiction to beat whatever is speculating and making Nanis more powerful. If the stories and imaginations are spreading wildly through the internet and gossip, then she will have to think of a story that will overpower the current details about Steel Lady Nenes. Kotoko goes to the crime scene where Nanis died 6 months ago to talk to a ghost witness and bring out the truth regarding Nanis' death. The ghost told her that Nanis was actually very depressed and that the whole incident was borderline suicide because Nanis openly accepted her fate when she saw the steel beams falling over her. With these facts, Kotoko seeks Kuro's ability to determine the most favorable future in order for her to make a rational fiction and beat Steel Lady Nanis. Nanis lands on another victim as Tarada acts on his own and hunts Nanis. He never believed that Nanis was a supernatural creature and thought it was all just human doing. Nanis smashed his face with a steel beam, and soon this news had spread all over the city, making Nanis more powerful. However, Kotoko plans to weaken her by using Tarada's death and making a ludicrous fiction out of it. Kotoko deduced that Rika is behind all these crimes and manifestations of Steel Lady Nanis. Rika Sakuragawa is Kuro's cousin and first love, who all thought had already passed away. However, Rika is a Sakuragawa, and that makes her the same species as Kuro, who is part Kuden, mermaid, and human. Rika wanted to see how far her ability to predict the future could go, so she created a monster that will soon feed into societal manifestations. While Rika was staying in Kotoko's mansion, Rika developed the wiki and started the stories and rumors about Steel Lady Nanis. She will then die indefinitely just to get a hold of the future she desires, where Steel Lady Nanis is basically undefeatable. Kuro and Kotoko knew of these facts but did not speak of any of them because of a lack of evidence. In an attempt to defeat Nanis, Kuro, together with Saki and Kotoko, went to where Nanis would be showing up that night. Kuro will fight all night with Nanis and die infinitely until he gets a hold of the most favorable future that will defeat Nanis, while Saki and Kotoko will start spinning the rumors, created online by Rika with logical fiction, which Kotoko will be writing. Kotoko and Saki have started their move as Kotoko commences her first solution, which is to have a discussion with the people who believe and spread rumors about Steel Lady Nanis in an online forum. Upon starting her argument, the netizens in the forum found it hard to believe Kotoko's information. However, when she explained how the killer actually took advantage of Nanis to kill Tarada in detail, the netizens started to waver. On the other hand, Kuro has been sustaining serious damage and multiple deaths upon fighting Nanis and trying to reach the most favorable future where everyone believes Kotoko's claims that Nanis does not exist. The flow of the discussion in the forum fluctuates continuously as Kuro and Rika struggle to fight over the future they both want to happen. Kuro wants to end the Nanis manifestations, and Rika wants to make her more powerful. At the commencement of Kotoko's second solution, she changed her story to claim that the ghost of Nanis actually exists. The ghost that they see now is Nanis, who was trying to tell them the truth behind the death of his father. Nanis Karen was accused of killing her own father, which led her to her own death when in fact her father, who was jealous of her success, had set this trap for her to fall into. The wandering Nanis right now is vengeful and violent as a result of the betrayal of his father. Kotoko convinces the netizens that the best thing they should do is to pray for her soul to rest in peace. This debate has helped to calm the waters in the forum, and Nanis' position has begun to deteriorate. Shortly after, Rika gained control of the forum yet again. Kotoko is now forced to execute her third solution. Kotoko's third solution is to claim that Nanis is just a fake ghost, also made by a human. To support her third claim, she states that Hatsumi, Nanis' older sister, does not believe that Nanis is dead. Hatsumi thinks that the corpse is someone else, and she fears that Nanis might come for her someday to take her revenge for releasing the handwritten notes of their father, which claimed that Nanis had killed him. To soothe Hatsumi's anxieties, her admirer made a ghost of Nanis, so that Hatsumi could believe that Nanis was really dead. Just when lots of netizens were already supporting Kotoko's claims, Rika herself entered the discussion and pointed out the flaws in Kotoko's statements. However, Kotoko is yet to deliver her final blow. Kotoko starts her last solution, which claims that the person behind the Steel Lady Nanis is Nanis herself. Nanis, who was depressed by all the rumors spreading about her, met someone who looked exactly like her named Asan. She let Asan get attached to her so she could manipulate her easily. She made Asan look and dress like her, and just after that, she killed Asan and made it look like an accident. Shortly after, Nanis took Asan's identity and changed her whole appearance. Even so, Nanis was still not satisfied with how things went. She wanted to spread the rumor as fast as possible that she was dead, so she would go to Makurazaka City at night to play as a ghost and scare off people. At last, Kotoko lands her final blow, and all the netizens in the forum has turned to her. She said that the real administrator of the Steel Lady Nanis website was Nanis herself. That's why the website was fully informative and detailed about her. The netizens in the forum were actively creating their own conclusion about the fact that Steel Lady Nanis is not true, and this weakened the manifestation. Kuro was finally able to choose a favorable future and crushed Steel Lady Nanis. In the end, the majority finally decided that Steel Lady Nanis was a fiction, and Rika's plans were destroyed. After a while, the netizens' interest transferred to investigating whether Nanis Karen is really alive. Rika also deleted the website after being defeated. However, Rika's true motives in doing evil things were clear. Rika wants to be a normal human being again and tries to find a future where she can be normal again. Even after her defeat, they all know that Rika will not just stop there.